Hello my dear learners, a very good evening everyone. I am Shashank and I welcome you all on English Medium Prep by Exampur, which is a completely English medium channel. So students, first of all, very good evening everyone and welcome to the session. And today in this session guys, we are going to discuss the directive principles of state policy and fundamental duties. So two chapters we are going to discuss: directive principles of state policy and then fundamental duties. So Shravani, very good evening and welcome to the session. And students, I will request everyone to kindly share the session so that maximum students should join and should get benefit of the session. So Sharvani, I have not started the timer yet, so please be patient, keep patience while answering the question. Every question that we will be discussing, that will be in a great detail. So students, first of all, good evening and welcome to the session everyone. So students, now let's begin the session of today. And this is the first question that is before you, and the question is which part of the Indian Constitution that describes the model of a welfare state. So Mr. Putin, very good evening and welcome to the session. So good evening guys, welcome to the session everyone, and let's begin the class. Let's start the class, and the first question that is before you is which part of the constitution that describes the model of the welfare state. So model of the welfare state, it is described in which of the following things? Is it in fundamental rights, fundamental duties, preamble, or directive principle of state policy? So where you will find the model of the welfare state? Okay, so everyone, Jivitha, very good evening, and correct answer guys, everyone is giving option D as the correct answer, and yes, the correct answer is also option D. Correct answer is also option D. But my dear students, my main concern is the welfare state. What do you mean by welfare state? So my main concern is with welfare state. What do you mean by welfare state? That is my question. So what do you mean by welfare state guys? Can you tell me what welfare state exactly means? We say okay, we want to make India as a welfare state. What welfare state actually means? What welfare state actually means? What welfare state actually means guys? What do you mean by welfare state? Can you tell me what exactly the welfare state is? What exactly the welfare state is? Okay, so the welfare state simply means, so here state first of all means India as a state, because the definition of state that is in Article 12 is same as the definition it is in Article 36. So the definition of the state that is given in part 3, that is the same definition which is given in part 4. So part 3, part 4, the definition is same, and state, it means India as a state. It means India as a state, and welfare state means where the welfare of the people is related with welfare of the country. So where welfare of the people is related with welfare of the country, that is called welfare state. That means in the welfare state, people is always given priority. People is always given priority. So in the case of welfare state, people is always given the priority. That means if the people of India will progress, then only India as a country will progress. So it simply means if the people of India will progress, then India as a country will progress. So that is the meaning of welfare state. So correct answer will be, guys, option D. Fundamental rights, they are the Magna Carta. Magna Carta that ensures the political democracy. Preamble that ensures the introduction or summary, and directive principles of state policy, that is the noble feature of Indian Constitution. That is the noble feature of Indian Constitution. So guys, correct answer will be option D, that is directive principles of state policy, and that is the welfare state. Welfare state simply it is India as a state. So here it is India as a state because definition of state that is given in article 12, the same definition applies in article 36 also, and it means where the welfare of the people is related with the welfare of the country. Fundamental rights ensures political democracy. Preamble ensures the introduction or summary, and noble feature of Indian Constitution, it is DPSP. So correct answer will be, guys, option D, that is DPSP. So this is about the India as a welfare state. I hope, my dear, it is clear to all of you. Here I am discussing the things in a bit elaborative format, so that if the question comes conceptually in exam, then also you are supposed to handle the question. So if the question comes conceptually, then also you will be able to handle the question. So is that clear to all of you? What is the meaning of welfare state and how we can say India is a welfare state? So I hope, guys, that should be clear to all of you. Now we have discussed the question. Now we will be discussing the question in a bit elaborative format, so that we should keep in mind about tier 2 of SSC also. The question may comes conceptually, or the SSC may start testing you on the conceptual level. So correct answer will be option D, that is directive principles of state policy, that is the noble feature of Indian Constitution. Now come to the next question. Let's come to the next question. And next question we have, which of the following is not an objective of DPSP? So out of this, which is not an objective of DPSP? So out of these four things, which is not an objective of DPSP? And your options are: to establish welfare state, to ensure socio-economic justice, to establish secular state, to establish a religious state. So what is not an objective of DPSP? So what is not an objective of DPSP? Then you have to discuss the things. What is not an objective of DPSP? Not an objective of DPSP, guys. Let's see the correct answers. Okay, Sharwani is saying option C. Okay. Okay, guys, let's see the more answers. In fact, Putin is also saying, Mr. Putin is also saying option C. And yes, guys, the correct answer is also option C, to establish a religious state. Religious state means a theocratic state. Theocratic state. And theocratic state is that state, guys, which is guided by, so the state which is guided by any religious ideology. So the state which is guided by any religious ideology, that is called theocratic state. Example can be Pakistan. Example can be Saudi Arab. they are the theocratic state, and India, it is a being secular state where all religions are treated with equal respect. So all religions are treated with equal respect. So correct answer will be, guys, option C. This is not an objective of DPSP. We don't want India to be a theocratic state, and the theocratic state is that state which is guided by any religious ideology. So good evening, Sanjeev. I have got your mail, but I am getting confirmation from some of the sources about your mail. Once I will get the sure shot confirmation, then I will revert back to you. I have got your mail that you have written your concern. Just I am getting surety from few of the experts. Once I get the surety, then definitely I will revert you on that. And I have read the mail properly, and just I am taking suggestions and proper recommendations. No religion, it is not like that ki no religion, because in India, what religion means? So there is two types of philosophy on religion. One, it is the Indian philosophy. Second, it is the Western philosophy. For Western philosophy, guys, it is in religion means Hindu, Muslim, Sikh, Christian, this. And in India, the religion means how to lead a noble life. In Indian philosophy, what religion means ki how to lead a noble life, and no constitution of the world, no law of the world can deprive you or can stop you how to lead a noble life. So the religion or the secularism concept in India and the Western world is completely different. So it is not like that ki it is no religion. So it is a Western concept ki religion means a particular group of person following a particular custom or tradition. But in Indian concept, what religion means ki how to lead a noble life. So that is the Indian context of the religion. We are not talking about the Western culture of religion where a group of person is following a particular sect. Like if we are following the God, then we will be treated as Hindu. If we are believing in the incarnation of God, then we are treated as the Hindu. If we are believing in God is one and is having no shape and size, then we are saying that we are the followers of Islam. So that is not like this. So in India, the concept of religion means ki how to lead a noble life. I hope it is clear to all of you ki what is the context of religion in India and in the Western world. Is it clear to all of you guys? Then do let me know ki what is the difference between religion of India and religion of the Western world. Clear, everyone? So is that clear ki what is the difference? Therefore, we cannot say ki India has no official religion. All the religions, they are treated with equal respect. Because in India, religion means ki how to lead a noble life. Clear? Is it clear to everyone? Then do let me know. Then I will be moving to the next question and will discuss what next question is for us. Therefore, guys, we will be trying to move from the factuality to conceptuality so that we should get prepare ourselves for tier 2 exam as well. Now, let's come to the next thing. The Indian constitution borrowed the DPSP from which constitution? That is a very good and that is very common question. DPSP, it is adopted by Indian constitution from where? So from where we adopted the concept of DPSP in India? So what is the concept, guys? So the concept of DPSP, simply earlier we have India adopted from Ireland and Ireland adopted from Spain. So from Spain, Ireland, and from Ireland it is India. So only in the 3 countries of the world DPSP is exclusively mentioned. In the rest of the country, whatever is the fundamental rights, that is the directive principle. So concept of directive principle which is separately mentioned in Constitution of India, Constitution that is in 3 constitutions of the world, Spain, Ireland and India. So from Spain, Ireland and India, these are the 3 distinct constitution where you will find a separate constitution. So Disha Kumari, good evening and welcome to the session. So correct answer will be option C. And the process established by law. Process established by law, that is from Japan. And from where we have adopted the concept of writs and CNAG. So concepts of writ and CNAG, it is adopted from where? Adopted from where? So concept of writ and CNAG, this is adopted from where? Concept of writs and CNAG, that is adopted from where, guys? This is adopted from Constitution of which country? CNAG. That is adopted from the Constitution of UK. So that is adopted from UK. And independent judiciary, and that is integrated judicial system, guys. From where it is adopted? Integrated judicial system. Integrated judicial system, that is adopted from USA. Integrated judicial system. So correct answer will be, guys, option C, that is Ireland, and Ireland adopted this from Spain. And so the first country in the world to have the directive principle of state policy, that is was from Ireland. So I hope, guys, that should be clear to everyone ki from where we adopted the concept of directive principles of state policy. So that is from USA, that is the independent judicial system, or that is the integrated judicial one. Now let's move to the next country. Ki directive principle, sorry, next question, not next country in fact. So DPSP is adopted, that is what in nature. So what is the nature of DPSP, guys? What is the nature of DPSP? Is it justiciable, non-justiciable, fundamental rights, or none of the above? So what is the nature of DPSP? What is the nature of DPSP, guys? What is the nature of DPSP? Okay, let's see the correct answer. So everyone is going with option B. And directive principle of state policy, they are non-justiciable. They are non-justiciable. Simply it means that they cannot be challenged in any court. So they are non-justiciable means writ can't be issued in case of hamper of DPSP. So DPSP, if they are hampered, there will not be any case registered. So there should not be any case registered in case of the hamper of DPSP, and fundamental rights are justiciable. That means कि writ can be issued in case of hamper of fundamental rights. So writ can be issued in case of hamper of fundamental rights, whereas writ cannot be issued in the case of hamper of DPSP. Therefore, it is called non-justiciable in nature. So they are non-justiciable in nature. But what is the use of then DPSP? Then what is the use of DPSP? So if it is non-justiciable, so why it is given in Constitution? So I want to know if it is non-justiciable in nature, then what is the use of DPSP? Only it is a futile type provision which is being added, although which has no significance. In case you hamper, then also no action will be taken. So then what is the use of DPSP? That you should tell me. If it is non-justiciable, that means if you violate DPSP, the court is not going to take any action. Then what is the use of DPSP in Constitution of India? So according to me, that should be futile thing. Only it is added to make the constitution lengthier. Okay, so Sanjeev is saying it is for making the laws. Okay, what type of laws? How it helps to make the law? How it helps to make the law? Although it's used to make the law, but how? Yes, so it is a moral obligation on the lawmaker. So the concept of making law comes from DPSP, and it is the moral obligation that you should keep in mind, keep DPSP in mind while making any law. So that you should keep in mind DPSP while making any law. So the concept of making law comes from DPSP. For example, we made Panchayati Raj Institution given the Panchayati Raj constitutional status. Earlier it was mentioned in Article 73, Article 40, it is mentioned in DPSP Article 40, then through 73rd Amendment Act, we gave it a constitutional status. So it is simply it is the direction which is given to the government and the things that you should keep in mind while making any law. Therefore, this is the use of DPSP. The concept of making law comes from DPSP and it acts as a moral obligation as well. Therefore, correct answer will be option B. It is non-justiciable in nature. It is non-justiciable in nature. I hope, my dear learners, is that clear to all of you? Then you can well understand what is the use of directive principles of state policy. What is the use of the directive principles of state policy? Now you can well understand its uses. Is it clear to everyone? Is it clear to everyone? So what is the use of directive principles of state policy? Okay, so guys, if it is clear, then we will be moving to the next question and we'll see what next question is for us. So let's move to the next question. Now, equal pay for equal work has been ensured in Indian Constitution as. So, equal pay for equal work, they have not asked directly the article, but they have asked the provision. So, equal pay for equal work, that is ensured in the Indian Constitution, through which okay, it is not 39E, it is Article 39D. It is equal pay for equal work for men and women. And this is a directive principle of state policy, because as we know कि DPSP, it is in part 4 and from article 36 to 51. From article 36 to 51, it is in article 39D. And it is not an economic right at all. It is not a fundamental right, because fundamental rights are from 12 to 35. Fundamental duties are in article 51A. So correct answer will be, guys, option D, that is equal pay for equal work for men and women. That means if they are working equally, they should be paid equally. They should be paid equally. So good evening HR. And fundamental duties, they were incorporated on recommendation of Sardar Swarna Singh Committee. They were incorporated on the recommendation of Sardar Swarna Singh Committee. So this was incorporated on recommendation of Sardar Swarna Singh Committee. And total we have 11 fundamental duties. Total we have 11 fundamental duties, and that was constituted in year 1976. And for this 42nd Amendment Act 1976 was passed. So correct answer will be option B, that is DPSP. So correct answer will be option B, that is Directive Principles of State Policy. So that is about the equal pay for equal work, Article 39D. If men and women they are working equally, they should be paid equally. So correct answer will be option B. Okay. Now come to the next question. Next question guys, we have which of the following articles of the Directive Principles of State Policy deals with the promotion of international peace and security? So which article of the Constitution deals with international peace and security? So international peace and security guys, and international peace and security, that is in Article 51. So Article 51, promotion of international peace and security, that is the policy of no first attack. Policy of no first attack. Then Article 44, that is Uniform Civil Code. This is in Goa, fully applicable in Goa. Then Article 40, that is Organization of Village Panchayat. And Article 37, that is DPSP is not enforceable in court. So that is Article 37, that simply says that DPSP is not enforceable in court. Therefore, correct answer will be option A, that is Article 51, that promotes the international peace and security. So Article 51 promotes the international peace and security. So correct answer will be guys option A, that is promotion of international peace and security. Okay. No, not Uttarakhand. So only it is applicable in Goa, not in Uttarakhand, Putin. It is only fully applicable in the one state of India, that is only in Goa, not in Uttarakhand or any other state of India. Not in Uttarakhand and or any other state of India, because UCC, it is on 4 things: marriage, divorce, inheritance, and adoption. It is applicable in marriage, divorce, inheritance and adoption. So it is applicable in 4 things, that is marriage, divorce, inheritance and adoption, that is Uniform Civil Code, that is UCC. Marriage, divorce, inheritance and adoption. So in 4 places this UCC is being applicable, and you must have heard that the females, Muslim females, they were just against the triple talaq system, and at that point of time the demand of UCC that also got increased. So correct answer will be what, guys? It is option A, that is promotion of international peace and security, that is defined in Article 51. So that is defined in Article 51. Now we will be moving to the next question. Now see, the Constitution of India is silent on DPSP about adult education, living wages for worker, free legal aid to the poor, or primary education to children up to the age group of 6 years. So on what thing the DPSP is being silent? So there is no provision of DPSP about that thing. So on what provision DPSP is completely silent? So what will be the answer, guys? And yes, the correct answer will be that is on adult education. So there is no provision of the adult education in the directive principles of state policy, although we have the primary education, free legal aid, that is in Article 39A, living wages for worker, that is around 41, 43, and that is of the adult education. So Constitution of India, it is completely silent, or the DPSP is completely silent about the adult education. There is no provision of this. So correct answer will be option A, that is the adult education. Okay guys, so I hope these are the points which is clear to everyone. Any doubts to anyone, then you can rectify it. If you have any doubt to anyone, then feel free to rectify. Okay, so guys, now we will be moving to the next question, and we'll see what next question is for us. Okay, so that's a very easy question, guys, and I hope you all will be aware of this question and can answer me within a fraction of second. And the question is, which of the following is a directive principle of state policy? So out of this, which of the following is a DPSP? So that is the very easy question for you people. So let's see the correct answers. So let's see the correct answer, guys. Directive principles of state policy. So DPSP, that is Uniform Civil Code, that is in Article 44. Freedom of the press, that is defined in Article 19, Clause 1, Clause A. Freedom of religion, that is from Article 25 to 28, and equality before law, that is in Article 14. So rest of them, they are the fundamental rights, and this is the directive principle of state policy. Directive principle of state policy, that is from Article 36 to 51, and that is in part 4. That is in part 4, Article 36 to 51. Therefore, correct answer will be option A, that is Uniform Civil Code, that is Article 44. So guys, I hope this is clear to all of you. This was a very easy question to discuss with. So this was an easy question to discuss with. So I hope it is clear to everyone. So I hope guys that should be clear to all of you and that should be easy to discuss as well. So let's move to the next question. Let's move to the next question. Which of the following is not a DPSP? Which of the following is not a DPSP at all? So these are very easy question and I can well expect from you people कि you will not commit any type of mistake while answering these one. You will not commit any type of mistake while answering these questions. Okay, let's see the answers. In fact, good, everyone is saying option C, and that is Article 17. Definitely it is going to be Article 17. That is abolition of untouchability. That is defined in Article 17. And these are, and Article 17 directly it is a fundamental rights that comes under right to equality. That comes under right to equality, that is from Article 14 to 18, and rest of them they are the directive principles of state policy. So rest of them they are the DPSP. Rest of them they are the DPSP. Article 17 that is related to fundamental rights. So it is fundamental rights guys, rest of them they are the directive principles of the state policy. So these are very easy question to be answered. So for the tier 1 they can be a best way, but not for the tier 2, because tier 2 what I think that should be a bit conceptual in nature. Hopefully this year they will try to keep the count low, but in the upcoming years definitely they are going to increase the level, and as far as I can think they can take the level of the CDS examination that is also did on the graduation basis, and although it is conducted by UPSC, so the level of questions in CDS exam it is good and it is highly conceptual. Therefore, what my perception is in tier 2 of SSC CGL this year, they will try to keep the question according to the CDS examination. That should be bit conceptual in nature. If you are conceptually strong, then only you will be able to answer the question correctly. Therefore, what I will request you, what I will suggest you, please go through the text. Without reading the books, the preparation will not get complete, because they can ask you the question between the lines, and this is the very good year to finally crack the exam, because whenever the pattern changes, the level of the question is being kept moderate. So that can happen also, and this has happened in civil services as well when CSAT was being introduced. Maximum students of the engineering background, management background, they crack the preliminary examination with the help of CSAT, and when they appear for the main examination, their merit went low, because maximum engineers and management graduates, they are not too much aware about the general studies and their optional subject, and finally they have to get UPSC has to make merit out of this. So many people who were not in fact eligible enough to become the civil servant, they also became, just because of the change in the syllabus, and this can happen in the SSC as well. Therefore, keep in mind, go for the conceptual studies of the topic, so that if the concept comes in the tier 2, then you can easily dominate over the concept and you can easily solve the questions. This always happens whenever the pattern is being changed. It is always a good step, and it is always a good sign for the aspirants who are working seriously. Now let's come to the guys next question. Next question we have, under which article of the Indian Constitution fundamental duties are being made by 42nd Amendment Act. So through 42nd Amendment Act, fundamental duties, they were inserted in which article? That is the question. Fundamental rights, they were inserted in the fundamental duties. They were inserted in the which article? So let's see the correct answer. So everyone is saying option B, Sanjeev, Mr. Putin, Jivitha, everyone is going with option B. Therefore, correct answer will be option Article 50, that is of DPSP, promotion, that is separation of executive from judiciary. Then Article 52 says that there shall be President of India. And 76, that is related to Attorney General of India. Now guys, there was a big news coming about the Attorney General. There was a very big news that was coming recently. A big news was coming recently from Attorney General, post. Can you tell me that news? What was the big news that was coming from the side of Attorney General about that post? Earlier, K.K. Venugopal, the term was about to complete in the September 30, so the new Attorney General name was being announced. That person refused to be the Attorney General of India because he was going to serve the second term if he accepted that offer. What was the big news that was being coming? Half of the news I have already told you. Half of the news that I have already told you, you have to tell me half of the news. Recently, a news was coming about the Attorney General. That was a very big news. What was that? Half of the news I have already told you. Half of the news I have already told you, dear one. So what was the news that was coming from the side of Attorney General? Any person who has seen that news, because it was in a limelight. Okay, no idea. See, after K.K. Venugopal, the government of India announced the new Attorney General will be Mukul Rohatgi. New Attorney General will be Mukul Rohatgi because the term of K.K. Venugopal is going to end in this September 30th. Now, Mukul Rohatgi refused to be Attorney General of India. Mukul Rohatgi refused to be the Attorney General of India. That was the big news that was coming. Earlier, Mukul Rohatgi also served Attorney General before K.K. Venugopal. So before K.K. Venugopal, the Attorney General was Mukul Rohatgi. Mukul Rohatgi resigned from his post. Then K.K. Venugopal was appointed. Now K.K. Venugopal, the term is about to get end by the President of India. He was given 3 months of the extension. So his term was about to end in the September last. And the new Attorney General was being announced by Government of India that the new Attorney General will be again Mukul Rohatgi. But 2-3 days back, just I was reading the news a day before yesterday, that Mukul Rohatgi simply said before the media, I am not interested in becoming Attorney General. So he politely declined the offer of Government of India to be the Attorney General. So that was a big news which was coming from the side of Attorney General कि Mukul Rohatgi has politely declined the offer of Government of India. So is that clear, guys, कि what was the news that was related to the Attorney General? Okay, so is that clear to all of you? So is that clear to all of you guys? So now Attorney General post will again, the Government of India will have to find a suitable candidate to hold the post of Attorney General because Mukul Rohatgi has politely declined the offer also. Clear? Okay. Now guys, let's move to the next question. Next question is कि which of the following is incorrect? Which of the following is incorrect? Fundamental duties were not incorporated originally in Indian Constitution. Fundamental duties are a part of fundamental rights. Fundamental duties are enumerated in Part 4A of the Indian Constitution. Article 51A explains the duties of every citizen of India. So which of the following is incorrect? Okay, let's see the correct answer. So that is a very easy question. कि fundamental duties, they are not the part of fundamental rights. It is completely a wrong statement. Fundamental duties, they are separate. Fundamental rights, they are separate. So both are separate entities. Both are separate entity. Fundamental rights, they were fundamental duties. They were not originally in the Indian Constitution. They were added through 42nd Amendment Act 1976. They were added through 42nd Amendment Act 1976, and there was a former Attorney General C.K. Daftari who rejected the idea to incorporate the fundamental duties, because according to him, Indians are law-abiding people. Law-abiding people, so we should not add any further, and they know about their rights and duties. They know about their duties as well. So there is no need of adding the fundamental duties separately. There is no worth of adding fundamental duties separately because Indian citizens or the people of India, they are law-abiding people. So there is no need to add the fundamental duty and to increase the pressure on them. Therefore, the fundamental duties, they are not the part of fundamental rights. That was being proved. Now, we will be moving to the next question. Hmm. Hmm. What has happened in fact? Board has got hanged. Okay. So there is some problem inside this PPT because it is not coming properly. Okay, so now the time is also up and I have to close the session, guys. Now my question to you is कि how many leopards they were bought from Namibia to India? So that is the last question from my side कि how many leopards were bought from Namibia to India? How many leopards were bought from Namibia to India? Can you tell me the number of leopards that was bought from Namibia to India? So this question I thought to ask from you because we all know कि leopards came. So how many leopards? Okay, 8 leopards came from Namibia to India. They are kept in Kuno National Park, Madhya Pradesh. Now out of this 8, how many are males? How many are females? So yes, Mr. Putin, 8 leopards came from Namibia to India. They are kept in Kuno National Park. How many of them are females and how many of them are males? Out of this 8, how many females? How many males? Out of this 8, how many females? How many males? Anyone knows the answer? Out of this total 8 leopards, how many are females? How many are males? Oh ho, so Mr. Putin, you have to reverse the thing. So actually your answer is wrong. Actually it is 5 females, 3 males. 5 female, 3 males. So you have just reversed the answer. It is 5 females and 3 males. 5 females and 3 males. So you have written 5 males and 3 female. It is 5 female, 3 males. Okay. So guys, with this we conclude the session of today. Now after my session, Sanjay Tomar sir will be there to take your quant session. So that's all from my side. Let's meet in the next session. That will be on tomorrow with a next interesting previous year to discuss. So that's all small. So that was all from my side. Let's meet in the next session. Till then, bye bye everyone. Do take very good care of yourself.